Hello. I'm starting a YouTube channel and I wanted to make this an introduction video where I explain what the videos are basically going to be, as well as just giving some context, because the majority of my videos starting out are going to be a 75-day challenge. I just showered, so I'm gonna get unready while I talk because I need something to do. If I stare at myself in the camera, it'll give me anxiety. So I want to start a 75-day challenge, not the 75 hard, but inspired by the 75 hard. Basically, I just worked up my own version of that and something that was a little bit more tailored to what I could do, if that makes sense. What my body and my mind are capable of. So my first goal for the 75 days, I started Thursday. So I think we're on day 5 or 6. I'll put it up there. But my first goal was doing Bible reading every day. I hadn't been reading my Bible for a very, very long time. I used to be in a very strict church, and it just kind of burnt me out for a while. And then life happened, and I was dealing with a lot of my own mental health issues and such, which I probably should have been doing with the Bible, but I was kind of, like I said, I was burnt out on it and kind of definitely worn down by the, well, you should just pray about it. It's not just pray about it. There's a lot more into it, but yes, praying for it probably would have also helped. Definitely would have also helped. So just started reading the Bible again for the first time in a long time. I read the book of Proverbs, using the Bible recap, and now I'm going through the book of Acts, because what started me getting on it was someone asked me about what the difference was between a Baptist church and a non-denominational church was, and I didn't know the answer, because I was honestly like, what does make a Baptist church a Baptist church? And so I kind of went down this whole rabbit hole about the history of the church and how different churches got to be where they are now. And so started with Proverbs because I felt like I needed just something simple to jump into, and then moved on. Now I'm moving on to Acts, which kind of starts the church history in terms of the Bible. My second goal was to walk every day, Monday through Friday. Not every day. My second goal is to walk Monday through Friday for at least 30 minutes. Then I'll probably save like the different things that I've set up to kind of help myself set up for success in another video. So my third goal, what is my third goal? Third goal, drinking 64 ounces of water every day. So basically I fill up one of these twice a day, which is pretty easy for me. It's easy for me to actually drink it, but I constantly forget to, like, I'll just drink a lot of water and then I'll go for like days and weeks without drinking water, which is probably not good. It's definitely not good. Then fourth goal was to do, on top of the doing walking for at least 30 minutes Monday through Friday. On Saturday, I want to do yoga, kind of stretching out, and then on Sunday is my rest day, because I just need one day where I can kind of be a bum. And Sunday works pretty well because I go to church and then I come home and then we go to life group in the evening, which starts earlier than most because all of my life group people have kids. So yeah. And then Bible, walking, drinking water, yoga on Saturdays. So Bible reading, walking every day, yoga on Saturdays, drinking water, and the fifth one was to stay in a calorie deficit. Now, this is why, part of the reason I wanted to make this video, I know some people in my life that just can't do calorie counting because it affects their mental health and it goes too far for them. But I also just want to warn you that that's going to be in my videos quite a bit. So if that is something that's not good for your mental health, then please don't watch these videos. I really don't want you to be there in that spot. I also want to give the context of I'm doing this challenge after years. And I mean, I've been in therapy for 7 years. Actually, I think it's 8 at this point now that I think of it. I'm doing this challenge after years of being in therapy for a multitude of reasons. But a big one being I have a binge eating disorder, meaning if you don't know, a binge eating disorder is where it quite often, at least for me, it shows in I can be pretty good during the day, and then towards the end of the day, I will binge eat a lot, and especially if there are emotional stressors, I tend to eat my feelings. I grew up in a Baptist culture. I do see that a lot in Baptist culture. We eat at pretty much every event. So that didn't help either. Not blaming them. It's just didn't help. You know, some cultures have a lot of things surrounding food, and it makes it very hard to, live in a healthy balance. Which is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to, restrict. I'm not like doing 1,200 calories a day. I'm going to be, that's another thing, is I want to be brutally honest in this series. I'm going to tell you guys my weight, and I'm going to show you guys the amount of calories that I eat in the day, because that's part of why I wanted to do this video series, is because I wanted to make it like an accountability kind of thing, in a way that when you see these videos, I'm brutally honest, and it's just what the numbers are. And again, if that's something that's going to cause you to stumble in your mental health or in your life, please don't watch them. Please don't watch these videos. That's totally fine. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not trying to do this in order to get super famous. Your mental health comes first. What am I looking for? Oh, barrier cream. So, all that to be said, I will tell you my weight and I will tell you my calories. At the start of this challenge, I was 291.6. As of today, I got to 287, I think, this morning. I'll throw up like my day tracker right up here. So losing weight, in the past, I have had success losing weight, where I went from in 2025, early 2025 and late 2024. I lived in an apartment where we had a gym that was within walking distance of the apartment, and it was really, really great. I loved that apartment so much. If you know me, you've probably seen videos of that apartment and videos where I posted of me walking around in the apartment complex to the gym. And I finally got the motivation in order to lose weight in a healthy way. Again, same thing that I'm planning on doing now. I had a really bad bout of depression at the end of 2025 into the beginning of this year. I have some pretty fun and intense mental health issues, but they are under management, and they come and they go. They have flare-ups, and they have times where they are less intense, much like my rosacea, which you can see flares up because I've been rubbing my face, but it goes down at times. Same thing with my mental health. So last time when I was able to lose quite a bit of weight, I went from 304 pounds, which was my highest weight, and I got down to 256. It was the closest I gotten to 250, which was one of my initial goals in a very long time. And when I say that losing weight was a goal, not in the sense that I want to make less of myself. I want to lose weight because I am not currently healthy in the way that my body is formed. I'm 5'2", and being 300 pounds at my height and my body structure and what's going on with me is not healthy. So that's what I'm trying to do, is be healthier, because I want to be around and I want to be happy. I want to be happy and healthy with my kid. I want to be able to run with my kid. I have a 6-year-old son, and he's got a lot of energy that I don't have. He sucked it all away from me. Just kidding, I never had a lot of energy. So staying in a calorie deficit for the next 75 days. What I found successful for me is staying as close to being in a deficit as possible. So instead of doing something like a 1200 or 1500 goal, I use Fitbit, and I know that there are things that are not necessarily perfectly accurate with Fitbit, the goal, but I found that if I start on the low intensity setting with the calorie deficit setting on the calorie tracker on the Fitbit app, and if I stop losing weight, if I'm not losing on the lowest setting, I increase the setting. It gets you roughly, nothing's going to be 100% accurate. And also I can't afford to get the stuff that is going to be more accurate. So that I'm trying to do this with the things that I have and not break the bank. So staying in a calorie deficit, I believe, is the last goal. I think those are all 5 of the goals. Bible reading, water, calorie deficit, walking Monday through Friday, yoga on Saturday, rest day on Sunday. And that's it. That's all the goals. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video, like I said, number one is I wanted to kind of use it almost as an accountability tracker, a little bit of a diary per se, a video diary, you might say. The second reason that I wanted to make this video is because I also would like to just encourage other people, and I want to be a very genuine person on the internet. There's not a lot of that anymore. I don't know if anybody who sees this follows Selena Spooky Boo. She comes across to me as a very, very genuine person, and she talked about her health struggles online recently. In terms of weight, which is very, very, very hard. Posting this is going to be very hard. I have tried many times I've made videos like this before, and I've taken them down, and I've never actually gotten to posting them. Never even got past editing them, because staring at my face for a long time gives me anxiety. It definitely triggers something in me. So doing, number one, accountability. Second of all, I just want to be a very I just want to be a person online. I just want to show what the average people live like, because I feel like I'm not rich, I'm not extremely poor, I'm just a very average human. I am very overweight, but there's nothing really extreme about me. So, and the third reason was that I will try to edit these videos and try to make them aesthetically pleasing. And I hope that maybe, just maybe, I can get enough traction to get an elliptical treadmill, to get a treadmill. We have an elliptical, actually. I am currently living in my parents' basement. We're going to build an addition onto their house, so that way my parents can have one floor living, and so that way we can take over the 2-floor situation. And my parents live out in the woods, so it's a lot more space for my son to run around and be free, and we don't have to worry about him running out into the street getting hit by a car. Hi, baby. Sorry about that, my son walked in. So we're currently living in my parents' basement, so that way we can save up to build that addition onto the house, and so that way we can also have that space for my child to run around in. But since we're here, my dad, I'll insert the video of me walking in, but my dad has a big wooden workshop that he built actually a long time ago. And he has designated a section of it for, he's got some free weights in there, and he's got an elliptical, and I have a little walking pad that I got for free from my mother-in-law. She found it, they didn't use it, they gave it to me, couldn't find the remote. They finally found the remote, I got it up and working, and I like it a lot. But I found that walking on a treadmill works best for me. It's just so that way I can have something to watch, something to distract me. I also do try to walk outside sometimes to get, especially during the spring, so that way I get that fresh air, and that sunlight really helps with my mental health. If I can get traction enough, it would be nice if I could get it big enough to get a treadmill. That'd be cool. Because that would be that's something that I really want to get eventually. But I want to prove to myself that I can be consistent and keep working. So, and I'm going to use what I have for now, because good use of your resources. And that's it. That's this video. I think in the next couple videos, I'm going to go over like different things that I've done to prepare beforehand. I kind of did it very suddenly, because I wanted to just jump right in while I had the momentum. But there are certain things that I have from previous attempts, tools that I should say, that I'm keeping in mind and doing in order to get myself prepared, in order to make sure that I have what I need in order to keep going. Things like I have a Pixel watch that connects to Fitbit and all that fun stuff. Things like, what do I meal plan for? You know, different tips and tricks. So that was it. Thank you so much.